Welcome to the Walk Talks podcast, a resource produced by Southland Christian Ministries located in Ringgold, Louisiana. Our purpose is to provide you with daily devotions so that you can faithfully grow in your relationship with Christ each and every day. We hope these truths will be an encouragement to you as you hear from God's Word today.
Welcome to Walk Talks podcast. This is Dan, and I am thankful to be here, to be able to do this. And I just want to take maybe the first, few minutes and ask you to thank the Lord for something. This isn't part of the little lesson I have, but I have just been challenged to thank the Lord for certain things and to not just let myself know what I'm thankful for, but to let others know what I'm thankful for and to share God's blessing in my life. Something that, I just went through that I can say I'm thankful for the Lord is I was having some car troubles, and I had been talking with several these are mechanic people, right? These people know cars, and it was very just interesting what was going on with the car, and we weren't sure what was going on, and I had looked at it. It was right around this tire. I even spent some money replacing a couple of parts that we thought it was, not fixing the problem at all. And then, found out just by looking at it several times, and I found this small, not small bolt, but a bolt that was hidden very well was missing. And that bolt was holding on to something, pretty much holding a bearing on our wheel. And the other two bolts that were holding it, one had come loose and I could spin it with my fingers. And I had traveled with this issue to San Antonio and home, which is about 8 hours, and my wife had driven around, the city area probably for about a week or two, thinking that it was safe. And I'm just thankful that the Lord gave us safety through all of that. We definitely take that for granted. And I'm thankful the Lord helped me find the issue and fix the issue. And I'm thankful for that. This is something that, I might take for granted. And I just want to share that with you. Well, so I want you to take the time and think, what can I be thankful for the Lord's given me, or the safety that He's given me through something? Or maybe it's just a blessing in your life. And I challenge you to share that with someone today, just as I've shared that with you. And what I want us to look at is in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 1. We're going to be looking at this verse, but, if you've ever been asked, what would you do if a genie asked you had one wish, and what that one wish was, what would it be? I would probably, my flesh would be like, I want all the money in the world. Unlimited amount of money is what I'd like, or $1 million. Or maybe someone would say, I wish to heal all the sick, or to no one to be hungry anymore ever, or solve world hunger, whatever it may be. In our minds or heads, but whatever it's filled with. But, in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 1, challenges us that there's something more valuable than silver and gold. Chapter 22, verse 1, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches and loving favor rather than silver and gold. A good name is not meaning that you've got a strong first and last name. Daniel Sisk, that's not a strong name that most people would think of. A good name there is not meaning your first and last name, but rather your reputation or your character, the way that people think of you. When people think of a name, most people don't think of, when they hear the word Daniel, they don't think of Daniel Sisk. They think of Daniel in the lion's den because of what he had done, a great name for serving the Lord and standing for the Lord. Or we think of Peter in the Bible and just that name and what it has. Or John, and these are, great names because of the people who they were. So when people think of you, do you have a good name, or does it have a bad reputation of what things that you've done or of who you are? A loving favor. This is something that, people have loved towards you because of your kindness or your gentle heartedness, that people love who you are because of what you represent. That is more valuable to have than silver and gold. or that you would be rather have a good name than great riches? My challenge to you is, are you striving to have a good name? Whether you're young like me and you strive to not be, like the generation of thinking we know it all, or, have all the answers, or we don't need help from anybody, or, even striving as a young person to grow to become an older, wiser man that is full of life and laughter and not as, upset or grouchy all the time, whatever it may be. What are you striving to have? Are you striving for the things of the world or for the things of God? Are you striving to have a good name and great and loving favor, or are you striving to have great riches in silver and gold? Thanks for joining us for the Walk Talks podcast. This is Daniel. Enjoyed our time today. God bless.
Thanks for listening to the Walk Talks podcast. We trust that what you've heard today has challenged your walk with God. It is our prayer that through this podcast, every listener would strive to become more like Christ and faithfully live for Him each and every day. Join us next time, and God bless.